what's their status?
Yeah, both BJ and Corey are doubtful at this stage. We just want to give them one last chance today at training. So until we're 100% on them, we won't unfortunately be able to name the team. But we're still confident we've got some good options within the squad, albeit not our first choice options based on our last Test match. The other guys, if they get the opportunity, I'm confident they'll step up.
Would that be like for like then in terms of say Ronkie for Watley, or would you manipulate the batting order with Latham behind the touch again?
No, if BJ is ruled out of keeping, then Ronk will come in and make his debut. And then obviously in terms of Corey, we've just got to try and work out what the best option is there. So a couple of options that we're going to have to work out, but we'll wait and see once Corey and BJ have had the opportunity to either prove or disprove their fitness, I guess.
Brendon, it's been some critique of the aggressive approach back home. You've got 6 undefeated Test series. What's your response to that?
I was a little bit surprised, but I guess everyone's entitled to their own opinion about how you try and play a certain style. I feel that it's our greatest opportunity to win test matches and series. Obviously we went down the other day, but I thought we played some pretty good cricket throughout that Test match, and credit to England that they were good enough to I guess run us down. But look, I'd make no apologies for how we play the game. We need to play an aggressive and innovative style of cricket, because we've seen that over the last 6 series that we have been undefeated playing that way. It gives us our greatest opportunity. The more we get comfortable with playing like that, the better we'll become at it as well. So I guess everyone is entitled to their own opinion on how you play the game, but this is how the New Zealand cricket team is playing, and there's going to be times where we get beaten. But I still believe it gives us our greatest chance for success.
Brendon, in terms of sort of the structure of your order, how important is setting that base, especially at the top, when you compare your first and your second innings from the first Test?
Yeah, it's always important to get a good start. I thought, obviously, the way Anderson and Broad bowled the other day to resign us to 12 for 3 was some outstanding bowling, especially so late in a Test match. But they grabbed that initiative. They swung the ball. I think they changed their plans. They bowled a touch fuller in the second innings than what they probably did in the first, and that's something that we're going to have to factor into our game plan heading into this Test match. Still believe we've got some very good players within our group, and scoring 520 in the first innings is testament to that. So, look, it's not panic stations. It's just we need to just improve a couple of our rough edges. I still felt as if we played a good Test match in that last game, and whilst we're disappointed to have lost, we still scored over 730 runs, and we still took 20 wickets, which on most occasions you put those sorts of numbers up on the board, you'd probably say you'd win a Test match. So we had to obviously cop it on the chin, the loss, but I'm pretty sure that we've got some improvement left in us here as well.
When you went away and sort of look back at, I suppose, Ben Stokes as a guy who really hurt you in the first innings, and you look at how you bowled him, is there any sort of, I suppose, new plans been devised?
Yeah, look, we've had a good chat about him. I thought he played two brilliant innings, to be honest. The way he came out and really grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck. It's not always easy to do that, especially when you're young in international cricket in terms of experience. To have that confidence to do that is not always an easy thing. So we've just got to be persistent with our plans. I thought our plans were fine, but we didn't execute them as well as what we could have. And when you're playing against someone who is as destructive as what someone like Ben Stokes can be when he's at the top of his game, you need to make sure that you're meticulous in the execution of those plans. So we've tinkered them slightly. I expect us to bowl better to him. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to get him out and he's not going to make an impact, just as Alistair Cook, the plans that we have to him, and Joe Root. But I think our plans should be slightly more refined, and I'd hope that the guys will be able to execute them slightly better than what we did in the first Test.
Brendon, you turned things around after difficult times, and I would say that's what England are looking to do themselves, without talking them up too much. I know you wouldn't want to do, but do you sense a performance like that in Test match cricket? Can that be a springboard, or is it still sort of feet on the ground time?
Yeah, we had a beer with them after the last Test match, and they seemed pretty content with obviously their work throughout the Test match. They were complimentary of our role, I guess, and pushing them into performance. But I guess the challenge for England will be is what is their authentic style? What is their style that they want to be known for as a team heading forward? Was their last performance the one that they want to be, how they want to play their game, or was it more a case of maybe stumbling on it? And I guess that's the challenge for them to work out. It's a challenge we had to go through not too long ago, and hence we've come up with the style that we think is right for us. I guess time will tell whether the performance of England in the last game is the way that they want to play, or whether it was, I guess, one that they stumbled upon.
And he paid nicely tribute to Alistair Cook for his innings at Lords. I mean, he's on the verge of becoming the highest Test run scorer. I mean, you're a very different player, but what makes him so good in your eyes?
Yeah, we are very different players, obviously. I think his ability, he's got a strong character, obviously, to go through what he has. A lot of the off-field dramas that he's had to put up with in the recent history, and probably over the last 12 to 24 months, to be fair, and to still be able to garner a performance under pressure as he did the other day, and to give his team the ability to push for victory. Whether they would have declared or not, I don't know, but they gave themselves that opportunity, and I think he's got a strong character, and he's now in that position where he is the leader of the England team, and I'm sure that the guys have responded to him. So, his statistics throughout his career are superb. How many hundreds he got? 2,700. How old is he? Yes. That's pretty good numbers. So yeah, it's hard not to obviously have a huge amount of respect for someone who's done that, and carries himself nicely as well. He's always ready to have a chat, and as I said, we shared a beer after the last game, and I quite like that about cricketers, that you can go toe to toe on the field, but afterwards you respectfully sit down and just enjoy each other's company.
Brendon.
New Zealand's team has struggled and they never won a Test match in England, and also relative to other teams, second innings has been an area of difficulty. How tough is that coming this time of year?
Yeah, it can be difficult, but there's some opportunity there, I guess, as well. And our team, I think, is a better team than certainly than the teams that I've been involved in that have come over here. I think we've got some very good players who, our guys are hurting a lot after that last Test match. We felt that we did enough to give ourselves a good chance in the Test, and to lose it hurts a lot. So that there's a steely resolve within the group to turn that around. And the beauty of only having 3 days between the Test matches is that opportunity comes quicker than what you normally do, what it normally does. So, it's hard what's coming up. We don't know if we're going to sit here in 5 days' time and have won the Test match, but I'm confident we would have made some changes, and we'll play I think we'll play another really good game of cricket. Whether that means we win, I'm not sure, but I think we'll be able to make the required changes, and we'll put in a solid performance. Should there be 3? I'd like there to be 3. Yeah, it seems like things have gone pretty quickly, but we could earn the right for that. For so long we sat in the doldrums of international cricket, and our performances didn't warrant I guess some of the bigger teams or the more followed teams around the world wanting to play us in 3 or even 5 Test series. So that's one of our motivating factors, is to get us back to a level of respect within international cricket where teams want to play us in long series and 3-5 Test match series. So I think we saw in the first Test match that full house at Lords every day. People enjoyed the game that was played, and hopefully we can continue to do that, and we keep earning that respect to have chances at those series.
Brendon, what do you make of the appointment of Trevor Bayliss by England? Tell us a bit more about him.
Trevor's a good man. I played under him at KKR, and he's a good fella, and I'm sure he'll do a really good job for England. He's obviously Australian, but I don't think that matters in this day and age. You can coach different countries, and it's more the skill set you bring and the personality that you bring versus the nationality that you bring to the setup. So I'm sure he'll do a good job. I think him and Alistair Cook and Al Morgan and the one-day stuff will work really well together.
Brendon, Tim alluded to Alistair's landmark that he made go past. You're nearing, I guess, 6,000 Test runs yourself. Just the second New Zealander to get there if you do. Do those sorts of things play on your mind at all? Are they just little trinkets that you look back on, or how do you view them, and can you use it as a way to kind of play on Alistair's mind as he gets near it?
No, I certainly won't be using it to to play on his mind. We don't say anything to the opposition anymore, so we'll see how that unfolds. Certainly not a motivating factor from my point of view. It's just as well trying to get make a contribution to allow your side your greatest opportunity in the Test match. So hopefully I can make that contribution after obviously having a pretty light run in the last Test.
I think Brad said after the World Cup final, he thought you guys were just too nice. Do you have to motivate you on the field if you're going to beat the best teams?
No, because I don't think so. I don't think it doesn't matter what you say, does it? It's what you do. And I think the way we've played the cricket there, the style of cricket we play is aggressive without the rubbish, I guess. Every team's different, but for us, we know that we have to focus on executing the tasks at hand versus getting involved in some of the periphery stuff. So we've tried in the past, and I believe that we've grown up as a team now, and we know that doesn't work for us. So we need to keep our focus on the cricket.
Brendon, you mentioned the style England played in that first Test, and perhaps it was a bit more aggressive than they usually have played. Given that they 1-0 up, do you expect that you might have to actually make a bit more of the play in this second Test to square the series?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. I think we'll know after probably days 2, 3, 4 and 5. It'll develop. It'll unfold as the game unfolds. So yeah, again, I just wonder if that style is authentic to them, and we'll find out over a period of time, I guess. So that's certainly how we want to keep playing the game, and we'll keep trying to play positive, aggressive cricket, and sometimes you lose doing it, but I think we're going to win more often than what we're going to lose by continuing to play like that.
So do you have to balance that off?
I think we do balance it off. To be honest, and there's times where you can set aggressive fields but still bowl in a defensive manner, and that's the art of Test cricket. And there's other times where you can set defensive fields and bowl in an aggressive manner, and that's constantly evolving as the game unfolds. And I believe that's what we've got, or how we've tried to play the game as well. It's not all fire and brimstone for the way we go about it. We try and play aggressively, but I've said time and time again, you've got to earn the right to play aggressive cricket. You've got to have done the hard work beforehand before you can actually go out there and try and be aggressive too. So yeah, I mean, you lose a Test match and people can start to head their thoughts head in a different direction, and the first thing that you can attack is the way that we try and play our cricket. But I think everyone enjoyed the way that we have played over the last little while, and I make no apologies for that.